Hey everyone, Spartan here, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be starting this new series called Spartan Reads. It's where I take a bunch of various various stories off of different websites, and I sort of read them as I read them as the title implies. I'm going to read them as seriously as I can, unless this book specifically is supposed to be very funny. I built this place in Minecraft so I could get sort of the feel of the stories. Alright. So, today's story, my children, is. Dang it, I grab. Is the title of this story. Okay. Now remember, this one was suggested by my friend. Rinico, a high school experience. Chapter 1. Trust a stranger. Rena was walking down the halls of Good High School, earbuds in, humming to Imagine Dragons. And the days are cold, and the cards all fold, and the saints we see are all made of gold. Brianna had just gotten to the end of the first verse when she noticed a figure slumped against the side of a school building in the rain. It was a boy, with olive-toned skin, dark black-brown eyes, and a tangled mess of long, neglected black hair. He was bawling quietly. It was in the middle of sixth period, and Rihanna was only out because she was chipping the rest of the school day. But seeing the boy bawling alone and soaking wet touched Rihanna's heart. She walked over to the boy and touched his shoulder gently. The boy jumped backwards at the touch, like he was afraid. He was afraid the sleeve of his black jacket. My apologies. I'm going to mess up on the readings here for a little bit because it's a bit difficult to organize this properly. Mm. The boy jumped backwards at the touch, like he was afraid Rihanna would hit him. "Who are you?" the boy asked, and wiped his face with the sleeve of his black shirt. "I'm Re Rena smiled. "I'm Rena. Now who are you? And why are you crying?" she asked gently. "I'm Nico DeAngelo. Why do you care why I'm crying?" Rihanna rolled her eyes. "I care because I'm not heartless. Now do you want to ride? Home? I can call someone if you want." Rena offered, then wanted to swallow the words because Nico flinched when she said home. "I don't have anyone to call," Nico muttered, and something flashed across his eyes. "Everyone's got someone, but I won't pry. So come on then," Rena said, and gently led him out into the parking lot. The rain had slowed to a chilling drizzle, but Rena was grateful for that as they went as her car was parked on the far side of the parking lot. Sorry, strange sentence. Nico looked suspicious. "Why are you helping me?" he asked, as Rena unlocked the car. Some black car with a Ford insignia, the lettering SPQR. Nico slipped into the passenger seat quietly. Rena looked at him kindly, with no pity, like he expected. Also, respect. That, not her words, were what made Nico trust her. "Because I can't very well just leave you there, could I?" Rena said softly. And that is the end of the chapter. Considering that I still have so much time, I shall read chapter 2. Music. As soon as the car pulled into the driveway, Nico knew he was way out of his league. The house was an old-fashioned Roman villa, with 2 stories painted white, with dark brown accents and trim. Much different than Nico's own dark house, with his father and his druggies roaming the hall. No, don't think about that. He forced his thoughts down as Rena stopped and got out of the car. He followed suit hesitantly. "What are you, won't your parents care you're bringing home a complete stranger?" Nico asked suspiciously as she unlocked the door. He regretted saying the words instantly, as a look of sorrow and longing flashed across Rena's face. "My parents are dead." was all she said before opening the door, stepping into the house. Nico followed Rena before silently pulling earbuds out and clicked a few buttons on his phone. Seconds later, his playlist began playing, and Nico slipped his earbuds in, quietly slipping into the world of music. Nico didn't know if he was humming, or maybe Rena heard the music. Somehow, Rena stopped. Suddenly, he turned with a smile. Nico tugged one of his earbuds out. "What's wrong?" he asked suspiciously. Rena smiled wider. "What music are you listening to?" she asked and pulled out her own phone, which still had her earbuds attached. Nico frowned. "A song called Demons. It's by—" Rena cut him off. "Imagine Dragons. I know," Rena said, and flipped her phone over so she could see her screen. It was paused in the middle of her own playlist. Paused in the middle of Demons by Imagine Dragons. Then, no matter how hard he tried to push the feelings away, Nico knew he had fallen for her. Fallen hard, and he didn't know whether to cry or laugh, because she would probably break his heart. That was the end of chapter 2. On to chapter 3, I say. Chapter 3. Bruises. Rena knew that there was something about Nico that drew her to him. They were magnetic, and she was positive that Nico felt this just as much as she did, maybe more so. But anyway, after they finished their talk about demons, the song, Rihanna led Nico upstairs into the spare bedroom. It had a bathroom attached, and Rena pulled open the door. "Stay," she commanded, and Nico obeyed willingly. Rena disappeared into a different bedroom before coming back, clutching a neatly folded and pressed shirt and pants. The shirt was dark gray button-up, much like the one he was wearing, except not black, and darker sweatpants. "Here, shower, and put these on," Rena said and thrusted the clothes into Nico's hands. "I can't," he began. "Yes, you can, and you will. Stop arguing," Rena scolded. Nico opened his mouth to continue, but thought better of it. He shut his mouth and took the clothes with a mumbled thanks. Rena smiled, came back downstairs. "Come back downstairs after you've showered." "I'm going to shower myself. My room is downstairs, first door on the left of the main hallway," she instructed, and Nico smiled back faintly before walking into the bathroom. Rena left as soon as she shut the door. She hurried downstairs and slipped into her own room quietly. She heard the water going upstairs, and she quickly stripped and followed suit. When she came out of her bathroom, damp hair and in fresh clothes, she found Nico leaning against her doorframe, dressed in clothes she had given him. Rena walked past him and gestured for him to follow. She led him to the living room. Rena sat on the sofa, but Nico hesitated. "Sit down, Nico. I don't bite," she said patiently. Nico did, and Rena looked him dead in the eye. "Nico, you said your last name is DeAngelo. Do you mean like Hades DeAngelo, the drug lord?" she asked slowly. DeAngelo wasn't exactly a common last name. Nico sighed definitely. "Yes, you guessed it. I owe you an explanation. I lived with my mom and my older sister, Bianca, until 4 years ago. They died in a car crash. I was the only survivor out of all three of us. So they sent me to live with my father, and my father transferred me to a different school. Now, here we are," Nico said and gestured around. When he did, Rena caught a flash of a dark purple against his skin. Her mood turned serious. "Nico, pull up your shirt sleeves," Rihanna said, her tone deadly. Nico cast his gaze downward as if the floor was suddenly the most interesting thing in the world, but after a moment, he began to slowly roll up his sleeves, still not meeting her gaze. Rena sighed. "Oh, Nico." She murmured softly and reached out to trace her hand along the deep purple bruises, dampling his arms, some in the perfect shape of handprints. Nico flinched away from her touch, like she would strike him. Rena slowly reached out and gently grabbed his palm before flipping his arm over. She ran her hand along the bruises, rage flooding her. Nico, who did this? She said, quietly, with rage clear in her voice. Nico still wouldn't meet her gaze. My father, Nico whispered miserably. Rena's gaze smoldered, and she suddenly gripped his shoulders. Listen to me, Nico. I will not stand for this. You will never, ever go back to that child-beating, God-forsaken man. Got it? And Rena said and gave him a shake. Nico's teeth rattled. Got it. He muttered and was suddenly lost in the depths of her brown eyes. Snapped out of it quickly, though. But where will I go now? Rena rolled her eyes and realized their fingers were entwined. And Rena quite liked the feeling. With me, Nico. No, Rena. I can't allow you to do that. You've already done so much for me. I can't allow you to pay for me and take me in, too. Rena laughed. Nico, you're worried about money? How do you think the bills stay paid? Do you think Did you look at the label on the car? Rena said in between laughter. Nico nodded, confused. Well, yeah, SVQR. I don't understand. What's that got to do with anything? It's got everything to do with it, Nico. My last name is Ramirez Alerino, like the famous Italian car brand, or the cappuccino brand, and the coffee maker. Yeah, that's my family. So me and my sister get half of all the profits, Rena explained. Wait, sister? Nico asked. Rena nodded with a wave of her hand. Yeah, Hylia. She's my guardian till I turn 17, anyway. She's at work, and before you ask, no, she doesn't have to work, but she loves her job. Now come on, it's getting late. I'll show you to the spare bedroom. There is another chapter. The next one is Hylia. But I thought I'd end it here, considering the time that we're at. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'd like to thank you all for listening to the story, and I hope you like the way that I've set up the room. It isn't exactly easy to make, especially considering that I had to go through a few changes with texture packs and in general, just making it, but I think I like the design. If you guys have any suggestions for stories, be sure to leave them down in the comments. I'll be sure to get on to reading those. And I may or may not finish this one. It's all dependent on how I feel, and quite frankly, I'm going through a bit of a troubled time, so I hope you guys will forgive me if I end up messing up on recordings and things like that. Please forgive me is all I ask. Anyway, you guys, thank you all for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and please be sure to leave it in the comment section below what you would like me to read next, and any other video suggestions that you have, and I will see all of you in my next video. Goodbye, friends.